Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Edward and this is our first ever Let's Play on this channel. I've been wanting to record Let's Plays for a while, and so I made this YouTube channel and I was like, alright, we're gonna do this. So let's hop into it with one of my favorite childhood games, Mario 64. This game actually came out the same year I was born, so I unfortunately did not play it the year that it released, although that would have been quite impressive. I did not get my first experience with this game until I was about 3 years old. I will dive into my first playing experience with that a tad bit later. But yeah, I just made this channel to document all of my gaming journeys. There's the word. I thought it would be something fun to do. I've been watching YouTube for a really long time, dabbled around in it some, but I was like, you know what, I want to make a channel for me. So that's kind of what I'm doing with this. This playthrough will be different from other standard Let's Plays. It's going to be a combination of normal Let's Play slash like some speedrun tactics thrown in here and there. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about as we go along. But yeah, this is, there we go, first bonk of many. We're gonna go through and collect all 120 stars that this game has to offer. I mean, I should walk around the castle for a second first, right? I didn't even walk around in the courtyard. I was just like, yo, let me just dive right on in. I really like how first of all, the walls are painted really Mario World-esque, with the hills and the clouds with the eyes. I really love what they did graphically with this game. For the first major 3D open world game, they handled things really smartly. Like, I skipped through all the Lakitu dialogue, but they used Lakitu kind of as a way to explain as I glitch through the stairs here, giving the game credit about how well it does. Nice little painting of Princess Peach. What do you call those? What do you call those? It's not a painting or a portrait. Is it a mural? I don't know, it's very pretty. As a kid, and I wasn't the smartest kid, you'll hear a couple of stories about that. I really thought there was a way to get up there, and that's how I was going to get Princess Peach. But yeah, they did a lot of cool things to kind of explain how a 3D space would work. And kind of impressive for being the first one. Alright, so bomb-omb battlefield. When I was 3 years old and I got my first playing experience with this game, I actually wasn't allowed to play it. I was grounded at the time. I cannot tell you why. I wasn't really grounded. It more was like I was in trouble. I was 3 years old, so I was not allowed to play, but I was allowed to watch my sister, my older sister, play while my parents were gone at the grocery store. And so I was watching her play, and the moment they left, she looked at me. This is my older sister. She's older than me by about 4 or 5 years. So I was 3, so she had to have been about 8. And she was kind of a tyrant of an older sister, but in this moment, she was super cool, and she looked over at me and handed me the controller, and she was like, all right, play. And this was the level. And this was actually the exact star too, because she could not figure out how to beat this guy. And I did the same thing that she did, and I'm going to kind of show it off here a little bit. Took King Bomb-omb to the edge, threw him off, and then was surprised that he did this, which kind of understandable, as it is remotely terrifying. And then it just resets the fight. So little kid me was awfully frustrated by that, but eventually I figured out we could just throw him again on the platform, and we were stoked. And I was about 2 throws in when my parents got home. I think they just kind of forgot I was grounded, and they let me keep playing. Again, I don't know why I keep using the word grounded. I was not grounded for a 3-year-old. But yeah, this game has some serious memories for me because of that. That's one of those first formative memories that I had. And all of my family have been gamers, so like it was a matter of time before I got into it. But that's my first distinct gaming memory that I have. So this game holds a special place in my heart. I did some light speed running of it, just casually. I was a senior in high school at the time, I believe, and I had a friend, we'll call her Danny because that's what her name was, and we would Skype every night. This was pre-COVID and all of that. We just talked to talk, and I had downloaded Mario 64 on an emulator, you know, like the criminal scum that I am. And, well, I had just been playing it in the background. She was like, oh, share your screen. And she was watching me play it, and we called every night for a couple of months. So she watched me beat it, and then she was like, yo, that was awesome. Let's do it again. And so I looked up how to speedrun the game, and we got it down to where I beat the game in about 30 minutes, which is not an impressive 16-star time in the slightest. But I don't know. This game has been... Ooh, we're struggling a little bit with our movement here. But this game just has so many positive memories for me. Both, like, just emotionally... God, I'm struggling with words right now. It's kind of hard to express it, I guess. Emotionally, I owe a decent amount to this game. I don't even know what I want to say. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I have tried recording a couple of times now, and I looked it up because I was like, damn, am I just bad? And everyone online's like, nope, your first video, you're gonna have moments where you don't know what to say, and it's just gonna happen, and you have to fight through it. So this is me fighting through it. I don't want to try to re-record anything. I'm just gonna let whatever happens with this happen. And I think that's kind of like an important life lesson to learn. Before I dive into that, I guess, we're going to try to, for each episode, only do like one course if possible. But Bomb-omb Battlefield is a little difficult because, well, you need the flying cap to do half of the stars. So we're actually going to leave Bomb-omb Battlefield early and go do the entirety of Womp's Fortress, because Womp's Fortress is very easy. But no, I think that's one of the most important skills that you can learn in life. So I guess I'm gonna get on my soapbox and rant here a little bit. But if you just gave up every time that you struggled with something new, you would not discover anything new that you liked. And that was a lesson that was very, very hard for me to grasp, because as a kid, I was really, really bad at sports. I loved sports, I enjoyed watching sports, could not play them to save my life, and because I liked watching sports, sorry, bad movement, my parents put me in them over and over again, because I wanted to be in them. I wanted to be good at sports so bad, but I just wasn't, and it kind of got me into a mindset where every time I tried something new, if I didn't kill it right away, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to suck at whatever this is, and I kind of have to deal with it. Because I tried almost every sport that I could, every sport that was available for like Little League type stuff in my area. And this was all the way through the end of middle school, from the very, very beginning of being able to do sports. I played soccer for 7 years, football for 4, basketball for 4, and it just messed with my psyche. And then I got to where I could try out band, because there was this guy who came to our elementary school, and it was the middle school band teacher, and they said that they were going to be doing a band class for elementary schoolers. I'm supposed to have the cannon for that star, by the way. I like how I'm just glossing over all of this. Whatever, you know, blast away the wall. You can use the cannon to get up in there, shoot that chunk of the wall away, and then grab the star. But cool speedrunners like me, you know, we don't need that. Now, jokes aside though, this old guy, we'll call him Bruce because that's what his name was, came by and was showing it off, like all these different instruments we could play. And I was like, I kind of want to try out band. And my parents were like, okay, you want to be a nerd, we'll let you be a nerd. And it was just something that I was good at naturally. And so I was like, whoa. And so I didn't let it go for the longest time, even although I ended up not enjoying it later on. Because I was good at it, I was like, I can't let this thing go. Like, I'm going to be bad at everything else, so I might as well be good at the thing that I can be good at. Which is a terrible mindset to have, but it kind of explains what I was going on earlier with the, you know, getting over when you're not just good at something right away. That was a fantastic loser's dismount I just did off of that platform. Normally for this star, you would grab the owl and float above the cage, drop down, and grab it, but we actually can do a cool little trick where we just triple jump wall kick off of the cage and can get in. That took me a long time to learn. Several of those night Skype calls with Danny to get where I could do that. But yeah, no, so every time that I tried something new, I was like, okay, is this going to be like music, or is this going to be like sports? And if it wasn't like music right away, like if it wasn't something I just picked up and was good at, I would give up, which is now I know that's not the mindset to have, but it's important in life when you're going through those struggles initially with something to kind of keep at it. And, you know, you don't have to do that with hobbies, right? You know, with a hobby, you want it to be something that you enjoy, right? You don't want it to be something that's necessarily inherently difficult. But there's a lot that's kind of learned from toughing that out, I guess, if that makes any sense. But yeah, some things about me for those of you who will want to know, I guess. I'm very into sports, even though I can't play them. I do a lot of theater. I ended up getting out of band and joining theater. At the time that I started high school, I really wanted to do it, and my stepmother at the time told me, you have to choose one. You can't do both theater and band. Which one do you want to do? And I was like, I kind of want to try out theater. And she was like, okay, cool, no, you can't do that. You have to stick with band. Which I was like, okay, then why are you giving me the illusion of choice, right? But it kind of made it where I wanted to do it even more, just to try it, because my one of my older sisters did it. She was very, very good at it. She teaches it now, actually. And I was kind of jealous, like, watching her do it. And eventually, I convinced them to let me try it, and I fell in love with it. I think, for me, it was kind of just like an evolution of performing, right? So at first I was doing band and choir stuff, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I like being on stage. I didn't realize it was an I like being on stage. I just thought it was a I like being good at something type deal, right? But then when I did theater for the first time, it was like handing somebody who has never done drugs before, like crack cocaine. I don't know if that's going to make it where YouTube does not recommend my video now that I've said that, but, you know, it was, and I don't even know if that's really a good analogy, as I have never done crack cocaine, but that's the only way I can think of to describe it, where it instantly was like, this is what I want to do all the time with my life now. And that's kind of what I do mainly when I'm not at home playing video games. I'm doing theater. I'm actually about to go get educated for that at university, which is something I never thought I would do. I guess I'll go ahead and tell my my story a little bit. Like I said earlier, I was Mr. Band all throughout end of elementary, middle school, and high school, and I had a big scholarship to the university that I really wanted to go to. And like literally all my life people were like, you're gonna go be a music teacher, you're gonna be great at it. And so that's just kind of what I had accepted. and the day before I was supposed to move in, I was like, this is not what I'm supposed to do, and I didn't end up going. Because while I was at the school for my orientation, I was more excited about the theater stuff they were showing off than I was all of my band stuff. And so now here I am, 5 years later, 23 years old, after I had kind of renounced going to college. I was like, I'm just not going to do it. My path is clearly different. And then I've had some opportunities pop up recently where it's like, yo, maybe you should go to school for theater. And that's where we're at now. Yeah, I guess honestly, this channel is just going to kind of be my soapbox for me to get on and rant and play some of these old games. And, well, hopefully it'll be entertaining to somebody. If it's not, at least it'll be something cool that I can look back and say that I did. You know, like, it's not... How many times have you done something in life where you look back and you're like, man, I wish that I could document that? And it might be 5 or 10 years from now. I'm showing my girlfriend or wife, although I don't know that I want to get married, showing them like, hey, I tried to do YouTube once, look at how that worked out, you know? Even if it's just something like that. Fun story about that stage we were just on, the secret slide. So when I played through the game initially, when I was like 3/4, like I was saying earlier, I never found the secret slide. So when I was a Boy Scout in about 3rd grade, I had a friend named Ethan. I went over to his house for my first ever sleepover, which I remember quite fondly. Went over there, did a sleepover, and he had an N64, and we played Mario 64. And I thought I had pretty good knowledge on the game, right? Like, I thought I was gonna be able to show him stuff. And I had never been able to figure out what this darn room up here was for. I would always run in here, I could not get into this first painting, and I was like, okay, cool, and I would run out, ignoring the other two. And I'm over at Ethan's house, and he just casually goes and hops in here, and I was like, what? What am I looking at right now? Like, my little 7-year-old mind was absolutely blown, and that was one of the first ego checks I had as a kid, you know? One of those moments where you think you know something, and then you just find out that you're just a big, stupid little kid. Yeah, that was my moment. We're supposed to get under 21 seconds for this. I don't think we get it. Oh, the last possible second we could get it. We pulled it off. Wow. What a clutch way to finish that slide. But yeah, that was a very humiliating moment for me. Or not a humiliating moment. What's the right word that I'm looking for? I guess I'll just stick with what I said earlier. It was a good ego check. Like I said at the beginning, I'm going to try to keep it to where it's like 1 stage per episode. If you made it all the way to the end of this, thank you for getting through it with me, and hopefully that you enjoyed it at least somewhat. I'm having fun doing this, so if you have a game that you would be interested in me playing, let me know in the comments, and if I have it, I'll play it or I'll get it. I'm interested in making some new memories, so hopefully you will join me in on the journey. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, man. This is just fun. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.